Hello everyone, it's SG Aviation HQ here, and I'm coming at you with the model review of the KLM Boeing 747-400 by Gemini jets. As always, before we get started, if you're new to the channel and you like watching content of model reviews, model aircraft in general, model airports, anything to do with aviation, go ahead and subscribe to this channel, and while you're there, don't forget to ding the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. This model in front of you was purchased on September 22nd, 2019 from eBay for 80 New Zealand dollars and arrived at my doorstep the following week alongside one other model in the same package, which was a Lufthansa 747-400 in the new livery, also by Gemini jets, which I should be doing a model review video of in the near future, so do stay tuned for that. Before taking a tour of the box, I'll first read some information about KLM Royal Dutch Airlines, and then some brief details of the Queen of the Sky 747-400. KLM Royal Dutch Airlines is the national flag carrier of the Netherlands, also known as Holland, and was founded on October 7th, 1919, and made their first scheduled flight between London and their hub at Amsterdam Schiphol the following year in 1920. As of the date this video was recorded, which is the 22nd of January 2020, the airline has a fleet of 123 aircraft, including the subsidiary airlines, which includes 11 of the Queen of the Sky's Boeing 747-400, which consists of two 400 normal 400s, 6 400Ms, and 3 400 freighters. KLM Royal Dutch Airlines has an operating network which consists of 145 destinations, including their cargo services. And KLM Royal Dutch Airlines is a member of the SkyTeam Alliance, which they joined in September 13th, 2004. And a fun fact, KLM is the world's oldest airline. Now some information about this specific aircraft that we'll be looking at today. The MSN number is 30454. The aircraft type is a Boeing 747-400M. The aircraft registration is Papa Hotel Bravo Foxtrot W. If you're watching this and you don't know much about the phonetic alphabet, registration would be PH-BFW. The aircraft or the airframe is 19.3 years old, which was delivered to KLM during October of the year 2000. The aircraft was built in Everett Painfield, and it has 4 General Electric GCF6 engines. The airframe status is active, and this aircraft is nicknamed the City of Shanghai. That's basically the information about the aircraft. So now what I'll do is I'll give a brief tour of the box that we have in front of you. First we have the Gemini Jets logo at the top left corner. Top right we have made for collectors by collectors, the trademark that Gemini Jets uses. We've got the two-dimensional rendering of the aircraft. Bottom right hand corner we've got the Boeing 747-400 titles, the KLM Royal Dutch Airlines logo, and 1:400 scale die-cast model aircraft at the immediate bottom. And then we have the tab where it says look inside, and if we looked inside, this is where the model would be sitting. On this side we've got the Gemini Jets logo, the 1:400 scale die-cast model, and the item number. Here we have the picture of the aircraft and the Boeing 747 titles. Here we have the Gemini Jets logo and this information, highly collectible and etc, etc. Here we have the Gemini Jets logo, same as the other side really. And this side's basically the same, only difference is that it has a barcode on it. And at the back we've got the aircraft climbing at the top. As real as it gets, some information about Gemini Jets and their social media, and then the licensing of Boeing and the 747. And this aircraft was a 2019 release and was made in China. So really it's a pretty generic Gemini Jets box. Now I'll get on and show you the model. And here is the model. The KLM 747-400 by Gemini Jets, registered as Papa Hotel Bravo Foxtrot Whiskey. Now what I'll do is I'll give you a tour of the aircraft from left to right. As this is the right side of the aircraft, I will begin on this side. So zooming in onto the nose of the aircraft, on the front of the aircraft, beginning with the nose cone, which is sort of hidden just here. Underneath that would be the weather radar and the sensor that basically gives information to the pilots of what weather they're about to encounter in flight. Here is, I believe, first class, and here is the cockpit windows and the window wipers. I must say this model is very detailed. I'll give my opinion of the model in general after I've given you the tour. Here we have the emergency hatch for the cockpit. Here we have the SkyTeam logo, which is the alliance that KLM is a part of, and then the Air France KLM codeshare logo. And here we have the city name of Shanghai. Here we have the nose gear door, which I believe says ETOPS on it. I'm not quite sure what ETOPS means, but yeah, not sure. And here we have the gear door, just the nose gear in general. Here we have the R1 door. Here I believe is business class, and I believe this door here is either an emergency door, or it's the cabin door for the business class passengers, I'm pretty sure. So I believe this is the R2 door. Just here on top of the aircraft, just here roundabout, is the anti-collision beacon, the red light that you see flashing on top of the aircraft. And here we have the first antenna of the aircraft. Here we have the KLM crown and the titles making up the logo. Here we have the R3 door, and further down the aircraft we have the R4 door. Moving down the aircraft, just here we have the landing light, and then I believe we have the engine. I believe these are the number 1 and number 2, either that or 3 and 4. But we have the GE CF6 engines. Then going down the aircraft, we have the wingtip of the 747-400, and then we have just here the red navigation light, and of course on the winglet itself we've got the KLM logo just there. Looking at the rear of the aircraft, you may be asking what is that door that you can see on the rear of the aircraft. So here we have the SATCOM, the Wi-Fi SATCOM. Then we have the R5 door, and then we have the R6 door, which is just there. On top of the aircraft, behind the SATCOM, we have the second antenna on the top, and just here is what looks like a cargo door. You must be asking, why is there a cargo door on a passenger aircraft? Well, this aircraft is one of, it's one of 6 747-400Ms. The M means that it is a combi, and a combi means that the aircraft can be converted from a passenger to a freighter aircraft, and that means that this is a cargo door. So that's some pretty cool facts. If you didn't know that, then you're welcome. So at the rear of the aircraft, I'll just sort of zoom in if I can. I can't, so that's how deep I can go. Underneath the blue line, we have the nickname, which is the Flying Dutchman, and then on top we have the registration, Papa Hotel Bravo Foxtrot Whiskey. Here's the flag of the Netherlands, and here's the flag of the European Union. And just here we have the Boeing 747-400 titles. Then just to turn the model ever so slightly like that, we can have a better look of the tail fin, which can also be known as the vertical stabilizer. Of course, it's the iconic white on the KLM's tail fin, which has the iconic crown logo, and then the KLM typeface, which makes up the logo itself. And then of course we've got, below that, we've got the horizontal stabilizers, which has the elevators at the back, which determines the pitch of the aircraft. So when this aircraft is going down the runway at whatever speed it's going at, when it calls V1, the pilots will pull back on the throttle, and the elevators on the back of here will tilt up, which makes the nose pitch up, and then it goes off the ground because of the power from the engines. So some pretty cool information if you're new to aviation, and if you are, welcome to the club. So yeah, and then at the back of the aircraft, at the very rear of the aircraft, we have the APU. So really not much different to the other side of the aircraft, other than the fact that everything is reversed. On the aircraft, only difference is that there's a cargo door mainly for all the cargo just here, and then there's a cargo door just here, and then there's a green navigation light just here. And then of course, if this is the left side of the aircraft, so this would be L1, L2, L3, L4, L5, and L6. And then of course on this side of the aircraft, you can't quite see it because of the lighting, but just here it says City of Shanghai. On the other side it just said the name Shanghai. So that is basically the tour of the aircraft. So now that we've come to the end of the video, thank you very much for coming along and watching this video. If you enjoyed it, do give it a thumbs up, and if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to ding that bell icon so you don't miss out on any future videos. If you did like this video and you would like to see more, go check out the review I did of the Qantas 787-9 by Gemini Jets. A card should be appearing in the top right corner right about now. If you're interested in seeing more photos of my model collection, my model airport, which you can see here, and even come along to my live streams, you can do that by following me on my Instagram account. While you're there, go check out my livery designs account, where I showcase designs of airline liveries that I make on Adobe Photoshop. And before I close the curtains of this video, I'd like to give a huge shout out to my mate Henry's Aviation. Go check out his channel and show him some support by subscribing to it. You can find the links to everything I've spoken about in the description below. And on that note, thank you very much for watching the review of the KLM 747-400 by Gemini Jets. Please comment, rate and subscribe, and I shall see you in the next one.